Just looks like I have a floating hand. Yeah, you do.
Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to another episode of Unique Hangouts. Thank you so much for watching the first episode. And today we're back here with Prem and Andrea. On this episode, it's a little special. We felt like it could be, or possibly, a sin if we didn't invite this next guest onto the show because we've been collaborating with him for such a long time. He's a great music rapper. He's family friendly. And I think without further ado, let's invite Mr. Asyraf Nasir onto the stage, or onto this screen, as we would say.
What's good? What's good?
Okay, man. So, bro, like, let's dive into it, man. So, like, how are you, and what have you been up to since the last release of Kaliru, man?
I've been good. I would say. I think emotionally and mentally, I've been well. I hope you guys are too. And what's been happening after the release of Kaliru is the following few projects. I'm actually supposed to be having a few projects out now, but which also is related to the situation right now. It's all being withhold. It's either withhold or like I said, a few things have to be foregone because we can't be able to have some shoots that were needed, and also at the same time, I think working with other people from afar is a bit of a barrier at this current moment. So I think if we're talking about creation wise, like work wise, I'm all right. I'm just doing from home, but releases are gonna be a bit delayed.
Right, right. I mean, we're definitely constantly just looking forward to most of your releases, man. And I know it's a bit tough, but let's talk a little bit about Kaliru first, lah. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Kaliru and how did that come about, and what was your thought process, man?
Wait, I
Because
want to know how you
Kaliru,
guys
uh, I like it, man. I actually like the song. Like, I think every song that you put out is a definite banger, lah, bro. It's like, it's always constantly in your head. Once you listen to it, you want to listen to it over and over again. But I think it's super colorful, man. I think it's a very colorful music
Wow.
and colorful music video. So, yeah, what was your thought process, man, when you came up with Kaliru and when you were writing it?
Kaliru, okay. I mean, the Kaliru essentially is about the situation that's been going on for the past year. It's about almost a year since we've had Corona in our country. But I think more than Corona, the instability of the economy and also politically, I think just adds more dreadfulness. I just feel like the whole year, everyone's mood was just very sappy and gloomy because there were nothing to look forward to. Is this new normal literally the normal? Or we're gonna, go back to how it was like 2 years ago where humans actually ate at restaurants and didn't have a 1 meter, distance. And so yeah, Kaliru was talking about that feeling of we don't know how to feel. Some people are out of their jobs. Some people are struggling to find a place to stay because they might be stuck at certain places. And then people who are okay, they are in this put in a place where they're not sure how to feel because people that they know and love are not doing so well. So you want to be happy and hopeful, but at the same time, every day there's always some nonsense online or some statement somewhere. Someone will be talking nonsense online. Be it whoever. It could be a simple user to anyone, and then that just makes it more aku jam though. Aku
I
keliru
feel
though.
you, bro. I understand. We feel the same as well. We are with like all this new SOP coming out, and like 1 week there'll be one fella saying something else, another week another fella something else, then somebody online will be saying something else. And like even for us it's difficult, like because we can't shoot, we can't go out and shoot, we can't do this, we can't do that. And our jobs really depend on us going out there to shoot. But with the new rulings and everything, when you actually really look into it, like, you're just like, hey, this thing is damn vague. Like, do you go out and then like you tell, hey, the SOP cakap macam ni, but then like, someone else will say, hey, no, like you cannot shoot because under the SOP, the fine lines is like that.
Jam
So
kan?
memang keliru lah.
You can't. I think you release Keliru right over a month now.
Yeah, it's about a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the spirit of like you're unsure what you're supposed to do. One day you have one person in the car, one day you have two, suddenly you have a whole bus load. It's like, what are we supposed to do? We can go
Yeah.
here, we can't go there, but certain exceptions we can make other things. Like for instance, this year everyone is having Chinese New Year at the Pasar Malam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the only avenue of people to connect, and I don't think this is just exclusive to government regulations, because
Yeah.
we don't know the situation that they're in, but I think everyone else who is supposed to be playing a role is figuring things out, or they just can't give enough thought. Same way as like how we spread information. Like I think another gist of what Keliru is when, remember the first few weeks where Corona came out, everyone was just sharing how to prevent it from happening. Like drink maybe 1 liter of Clorox,
Oh,
or like
jeez.
if you wear this kind of thing, you will be prevented. It's like that lah.
Yeah.
So macam I feel like fake news is something that could happen and rampant, and that it can kelirukan a lot of people lah.
Yeah. I think it's something that it's not easy to curb. I mean, news will still be news, and especially with the access to social media and stuff like that. You will have everybody sharing. There will be different people who believe different things. You have your makcik, your aunties, your moms. They will start sharing some news. Then you have to go and fact check it. I think it's important for us as individuals now that are online. I think it's important that we fact check whatever we read first before we actually share them.
Yeah.
So yeah, PSA guys, PSA.
PSA,
Every time
always
my
do your
mom-
fact check.
I don't know why, but every time my mom shares some big mind-blowing news in the family group, I always ask her where you get this from.
Same.
That's
Yeah.
what my mom
Other
does
aunties
too.
WhatsApp group. Aiyo.
You know what's really weird? I think it's like they got a special group. All the moms, the aunties, they got
All the
special
mom
group.
groups.
I don't know where they get all this news from. They're always
Moms
updating
of
you
care.
with new links. Yeah, they're always updating you with new links. This VPN, SPN, all this NNN. I was like, where are you getting all this from? Like, we don't even see it on the news. So I think they have a special group. Maybe you might want to make a song about that.
Just sharing things, kind of. But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't blame them, because their ability to detect what's real and what's not is slowly like getting used to. Same way like how last time when we just started using social media platforms like MySpace, whatever nonsense conspiracy theories about some pyramid lah or whatever, people post there and then we just share. Is Avril Lavigne alive? We don't know. Is whoever a part of a conspiracy group? We don't know. All of that. And then
Yeah.
you start digging deeper and then you don't know what to believe. I think it's just like that. It's like because you see it so official. It's not like someone chonting on a piece of A4 paper. This is as
True.
legit as if you were to read the news portal.
Do you think it's more effective releasing music videos and music and stuff during MCO or when there was no Corona?
I think anytime's an okay time to release any video. It's just that what your style is. Like for me, I did a green screen music video. And
Yeah.
that was the first time, because maybe I mean it was because that I couldn't physically shoot anywhere. And I think that kind of had some attraction to people of like how creative you could get without being anywhere else. So people
Yeah.
understand like, oh, okay, instead of like shooting in a bedroom macam duduk in one mic, it's like you're playing around with other tools. But that's just my capacity. Some people can have like 3D graphics. Some people can have animation, which I think there's no right or wrong time. Though I don't know about now. I feel though the first MCO 1.0, it was anytime during the MCO, you would have a higher reach to audiences because people were just inside and then consuming a lot. Now is because
Yeah.
people are getting used to the new normal and they just live lives normally. But last time you were just like confined and that's it. You just have to
Yeah.
find whatever there can.
True.
Right, right,
True.
right, right.
Yeah, but what do you prefer though? Like as an artist, like right now, Che, now
Uh-huh.
we can call you artist.
You all are
uh,
artists. I think all creatives
yeah,
are artists.
we are all creative, lah. But if many of you who don't know, we actually know Ashraf a long, long time already, and I think since high school, since Form One. So we have seen each other grow, which is why sometimes I still find it amazing that we can suddenly just call him an artist now, like, which he has definitely. Yeah, like I think you really worked hard and you have pushed yourself to be where you are at right now, and I think there's only more things to come. As always.
Thanks, Brody. I feel like
Yeah,
all of us have grown in our own ways.
yeah,
And like macam I mean, for those who are just like finding out the journey I'm at, like the journey began because of all these people here. And it continued
okay.
because of all these people here. So it's just to say that like you have hard work to put in, but
Mhm.
I do not believe anyone is 100% self-made.
100%, man. I think we all. I think we've definitely collaborated many times, and we have grown. We have grown in some ways that subtly that we have helped each other in that
Mhm.
sense. But then back to that question, man. So as an artist, when you come up with a track and you want to release them, do you prefer releasing them during an MCO period or during a non-MCO period?
A release, I prefer.
Yeah,
So then there's pros and cons to it.
yeah, of
I
course.
would say maybe not during the
Mm.
MCO because when it comes to promotional stuff such as appearing on a radio station or having a live recording at some place, you are able to be physically there with the equipment and other people that you can work with. During
Yeah,
MCO, when you are restricted in your own place, you have to do everything yourself. Like last night, I had to record a live performance of Kadiru by myself, punya setup with like two
yeah,
phone cameras. It's so hard, especially when you can't
yeah,
see yourself. You have to like
yeah,
start record and then walk and then come back.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
frustrating, and you don't know where lighting is. Like I
yeah.
spent a good hour really taking 3 takes, only later to sit down, look at the footage, and realize that my face was like tak nampak
Half,
because it was too dark.
yeah,
So I'm like,
yeah,
macam I have to face lighting. So it's those limitations lah. But okay, I guess the question that you're asking is more of like assuming you have
yeah,
recorded it before MCO, right? Is it a good time
yeah.
to release? I still prefer no MCO lah because of being able
Right.
to be there. Because everyone's doing virtually, right? Like macam sekarang.
Hmm.
I bet it would be a totally different feel if we sat in the same room on a couch, social distance, whatever, but like talking.
100%.
You
Yeah,
know?
I
Yeah.
mean, generally, I think our goal as well with Unique Hangouts eventually is to turn this into an actual like talk show. Like, we'll have a bill set and like, it's that feel that we wanted. And it would have been different, but I think in some sense we're also trying to explore new possibilities through
Yeah.
this method. lah. No, so I was just saying, like, as an artist, I think you're one of the few artists that I
Oh,
know
yes.
who actually put out quite a lot of contents during MCO.
Uh,
So like
thank
one of them is quarantines, like last
Mm.
MCO. I think that was pretty interesting. So like, how do you come up with those ideas, man? Like, yeah.
It's crack. Because I think okay, so when MCO started, it was the time where I just finished recording my first single with Sonawan, with the label, with the music label, which is Universal Music Malaysia. Shout out to them. And it was something exciting. And I thought like this was going to be another chapter of growth of where a lot of things are supposed to happen, but it didn't happen or could not happen because of the restrictions that we had. So I think in a more of like internal sense, because I think we all self-reflected to ourselves, during the first MCO, we are just like, we can't really just like be stagnant. I don't think it's wrong for us to like macam chill, Chill is fine, but I think if you are deteriorating in whatever aspect in your life, then you need to macam have a check and balance lah. So for me, I wanted to grow even more, and then I remember that I saw a tweet by Ultimate, and he was saying like 2 weeks MCO. If you come up with a song every day, you have an album, and I was like, that's so true
Correct.
because writing a song, I mean, for me, it doesn't take like too long. Like it doesn't take like a month or 2 months, you know. So
Yeah.
macam, especially when you have nowhere to go, because people will say you have work, and then what's tiring is usually the traveling, which I understand. So it's not like macam they don't have time, but sometimes you need time to cool down. But you are literally just kat rumah, and then like work macam everything's on pause. So I had all this time to just play around with ideas, and that's why I was just like, let's just do a song every 2 days. And I think thinking of how long it will last is a bit hard because there's so many things that you're not sure what to talk about. And what was hot was
Yeah.
talking about the pandemic. If you talk about something else, it's like macam you are so secluded from the world. So what I did was is to force myself into becoming better in a way. So every day I went Instagram live to have more engagement, and then the next day I would write a song with a music video style based on the topic that I spoke on the live before. So I think it was that drive of like one improving myself, but also entertaining people because everyone was so depressed at one point. Everyone was so down. Everyone was so down, and then like there was nothing to look forward to. So that's why I think everyone being at home gave them the time to let's work on stuff rather than being on the go. Yeah.
Ashraf, I want to ask you
Yeah.
about like
Was a
your creative process in writing
Ooh.
songs, right? Because like I feel like the thing that's so to me that's craziest about like artists in general is just their ability to like write songs and like put their emotions out in such a like beautiful way. I just want to know what's your sort of creative process when it comes to writing songs. Like for instance, my favorite song of yours is ILY. Like I can still
Aw.
remember the like where I was when I heard it.
A lot of people have told me that ILY has been one of the meaningful songs that they really liked before, and I appreciate that. Yeah, sorry. The question was creative
Your
process,
creative
right?
process, yeah.
Um, so far, because I feel like I'm still exploring on, in a way, what works. Because the playing field that I was at before and now is very different because I was catering to more of the independent scene and people in the underground scene. So whatever you put out will always, um, in some ways, like people just accept it as how it is. But when it comes to now, I feel like I'm at a more of a mass playing field where I need to see what target market I am actually really trying to cater to and what
Yeah.
direction I'm going to. So I think to know what works yet is still something I'm figuring out. But what I do each time that I write a song is based on actual feeling lah. You can't write something that's not you.
Yeah, that's true.
You can tell someone's story, and the only way to be able to do that is for you to put yourself in their shoes and then understand what emotion can be expressed from there. Because when you write something that you feel deeply for or is honest about, then you would think of better ways to say it and more words. I think when someone has an idea like let's write a song about this because like maybe this is trendy, or like let's just write a song of this because, and then that's where you try to force things, and then subconsciously you already portrayed the storyline what you think it should be rather than what it can be. Because when it's honest, and then when you think about that specific situation, you don't just think of one storyline. You think about like, hey, what if I'm feeling this, what if I expounded more on this idea, and then thinking about this other person's point of view. So that's the process of how I did it. Like Kaliru, I wrote it in 2 hours. Because
I'm not even surprised at this point because I feel like
I can't believe
like
that.
honestly, guys. No, I've honestly seen Asha write a song in 10 minutes as well. So, so like I'm not even surprised. 2 hours is like okay. 2 hours is like legit lah. This is gonna be a banger. 10
Alamak.
minutes already is good.
Yeah, thank
But
you.
yeah,
No lah,
man.
sometimes
So
it takes
yeah,
longer lah. Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes
of
it takes
course.
longer. But Kaliru was something that just spouted out naturally because it's been living. We were living it for the whole year, more than just everyone's feeling. I think that was my feeling at the back of my head already. So when I wanted to express it, it was just like, yeah, man, I'm tired of this. I'm just gonna put this out, put this out, put this out, this out, and then that's where Kaliru came out. And then next thing you know, it was just a last minute thing that just happened.
But yeah, I just want to ask you, man. So like, on that note, as well, like, with writing process and all that stuff,
Mm.
are we gonna be seeing more social media contents like quarantines in the time to come? Because we're
You're
probably
becoming
gonna be in this for a while.
Maybe not. I thought about it if I wanted to label as quarantines, but I think
Hmm.
it was appropriate for me to call it that time and make that series because that was the feeling
Hmm.
for everyone. Right now, it doesn't feel like a quarantine. It doesn't feel like MCO, despite with all the regulations. But I think everyone's mood is like, it's like it doesn't. You don't have to call it that anymore. So
Yeah.
I might not call it quarantines, but I think I'm getting back at the essential things that I did when I started the journey, which is 1 minute wrap ups, 1 minute
Oh,
music videos. Can I share a book that
yeah.
I'm reading right now?
Yeah, sure, go for it,
Never
man.
eat alone.
Um, you, oh my god,
I think
I
you're gonna
thought
push
about
the
it.
book in front a bit.
I think it's also cause like it's mirrored.
Yeah.
But this is a book called Never Eat Alone, and it's by Keith Ferrazzi. So he is a businessman, where he talks about essentially that, your net worth is your network. And it's
Yep.
all about making connections, but I mean, there's one viewpoint that I feel which is dangerous, but essentially it is true. The circle that you are surround yourself with, like the 20 people in your life that you meet on a regular, or the 10 people that you meet in your life on a regular, will revolve on the kind of person that you are. So either in terms of your values, or morals, but more importantly, on the kind of lifestyle and mindset that you have. For instance, if you
100%.
are gonna stay with people who are just gonna like macam like their dream is just here, you
Yeah.
will be here because whatever achievement that comes from here is only gonna be here. But if you had someone who you revolve yourself around here, this is a new benchmark. you know
Correct.
so the only other goal from here is to go even further from there. So macam, yeah, I think who you surround with is very important, though I feel like when it comes to networking or comes to connection, um I don't know, I feel like sometimes cannot honest because you know how some
Yeah.
people they just connect because they have other agendas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
I
oh,
agree.
I'm doing this because I want something else,
Yeah.
and that's where I feel like is the dangerous part of like what's your true intention. If you want to belong
Yeah.
in a group, you want to feel like you belong in a group. Like this is me,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
just because like I think this is cool.
True.
Yeah,
I completely agree, man. And like, it is true, man. I feel like that book is pretty cool. I might wanna, hop on it after this. But
yeah,
I think it's important who you surround yourself with. I think there's always a core group, and there's always just people that you meet along the way as well.
hmm,
And I think your core group is very important. I think I think all of us here, we have a very good core group of friends, man. Growing
yeah,
up, shout out to them, because I think without them, without the support that they've given us, I don't think so. We will also grow. And the mindset, I think we have seen so many of our friends really just improving themselves and
hmm,
doing things. Um, I think you were one of the first few who stick to something, and you really just pull through with this music industry. So yeah, I think a core group's important, but also when you meet other people, just be alert, like, know who you're with, who you're surrounding yourself with, and that will affect your growth as a business or as a career in
yeah.
some ways, man.
I love how this
But
is
yeah,
a very self help
yeah,
session.
yeah, yeah.
Conversation.
Wasn't expecting it to get this way, but it's good. It's good content for us. It's good content for you.
It's good because I've been trying
Yeah,
to I've been watching a lot
yeah,
of his videos and also like listening to podcasts right
yeah.
now, and I'm getting viewpoints of how other people try to improve themselves. I think
Definitely.
like if you want to be in another level of your life, more than just networking or more than just being or belonging somewhere is to level up your own self first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely, bro.
self
I got,
discovery is very important.
I got a question for you, Cham. So I think we asked a lot of questions, but we didn't ask you one important one.
What?
How are you, man?
Oh. Right, that's the question I wanted to ask. Also,
Yeah,
I want
man.
to ask
Yeah.
each and every one of you, like, how you guys? I'm
Yeah, how are you
alright.
doing?
I've been good, dude. I miss seeing people a lot. Like I haven't seen like I know once in a while macam the other day I went to deliver some food to my friends and like
Mm.
macam jumpa sekejap ah tapi you never get to physically sit down and then like hang out like how we would hang out at the mamak for like 2-3 hours sampai like
Yeah,
3
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
and just connect there physically. So I think I miss that. But it's you asked me this a year ago when MCO started, it might be different. But right now I'm at a good place. Before this was
Yeah.
just like, oh damn, this is so anxious.
So you think you
Yeah.
got
I
used to
mean,
it?
yeah, maybe. I think we've all gotten somewhat used to it, like, with the okay, we're gonna do for 2 weeks and we extend it 2 weeks and we extend it 2 weeks. I think we've all gotten used to that from the first MCO itself.
2 weeks, 2 months,
Um,
too long.
yeah, but like on that note, bro, I also really missed it, man. I really missed the mamak sessions,
Mm-hmm.
the random mamak sessions that we have at at SK lah.
Yeah, imagine all the celebrations we would have if it was Raya. Maybe I would have had
Yeah.
something at my place. We would have like met at Pravin's place for Deepavali every time.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yearly, man. It's a yearly thing.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
used all the
True,
open
true.
houses, our friends.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
miss those times.
We miss the late nights too, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yes, I remember those days when we were studying really hard
Oh yeah,
exams
and that
for all the
library,
tests. Library, those were great moments.
it was great moments. Till 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah, man, what a hustle,
uh,
lah,
Asir. You
hustle
see,
dunia
because
akhir.
Ashraf studied so much. That's why he's a rapper. He's smart with words.
So,
But talking about like studying or like since we're talking about
Yeah,
self growth, can
yeah,
how have you guys been in terms of like a year ago? Now, what I did at the first of January 2021 was that I looked through, the archives of Insta stories that you can
yeah,
delete
yeah, yeah,
archive. So I just spent a
yeah.
good like few hours just going through every day of what was happening, and I remember those feelings. I remember what I was capable of, and because sometimes you feel like 1 year or a few months is not that much of a difference, but when you reflect back,
Yeah.
that you've grown so much. So, how is there anything that you guys felt has changed for the better, or for something that's different in your lives right now? Well, we can go around. I want to know
Yeah.
from. Let's ask
This has
Prem first.
became
Prem hasn't spoken much.
yeah. This has became Ashraf Hangout, by the way.
I actually
Yeah.
did what you did with the Insta Story archive. Yeah, I did that like last month actually. Just going through, looking at all the people and all the memories kept coming back and stuff. Like you said, like all the things we were capable of doing back then,
Yeah.
and we don't really get to do right now. So it was more of I felt a feeling of like right now I'm doing a lot more missing memories rather than creating memories.
Bro.
Yeah.
I
So
think I think that was your recent tweet, right?
yeah, I tweeted that because I just felt a little
Yeah.
after going through all the archive stories. I felt like super down because I felt when we didn't have MCU and stuff, I was always around. I was always around my friends, and we were
Yeah.
always doing stuff, creating new memories. And now the memories we are creating digitally.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
don't feel that presence. You know what I mean? I don't know how to put it, but you just know when you're around people you love,
Yeah.
you have that different feeling.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So just feeling a little down about that, but we're hoping for the best, taking it day by
Yeah.
day, trying to get through it, just waiting to come out of this. With stuff like this, talking to you, talking to Nick, talking to Andrea over this video call. That's why one of the reasons why we started this is also so we can reconnect back with our friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at least we're not just sitting at home, and because we sit at home and we look at each other's Instagram, we do know like, okay, Ashraf's posting stuff, or Ashraf's doing okay. Nick and Andrea are posting stuff. Oh, look, they are buying a new book or something.
But you're wondering how are they really doing,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. How are they? We don't know that. We just see what they're about, but we don't know what's going on.
Social media always like gives you one perspective of someone's life, but it never really tells you what's going on like underneath.
Yeah. And
So
do you feel like
and it
yeah, go here, Ashraf.
and Andrea, do you feel like that's the fault of social media?
to an extent. I mean, I feel like it gives you this like false sense of connectedness. Like because like, oh, let's say for instance, I see your Instagram story. I'm like, oh cool, Ashraf's doing this today. Oh cool. I feel like connected to you, but really I've never talked. I don't have a conversation. I've never had a conversation with you. Maybe the last time I had a conversation with you was like your birthday. So like it creates this like false sense of connectedness, which I feel like some people would like dive into too much. Like, oh yeah, like I saw him. He was doing this thing the other day. It's like I don't need to talk to him. You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? Like it creates like this false sense of connectedness.
Yeah, it's true because I think on that note as well, it's like you sometimes see this person so much on social media, you feel like you know the person. And then when you actually meet the person, you're just like,
they're like completely different.
And then if you meet the person and you're like, hey, I saw you did this, did that, and then they'll be like, stalking me.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. I feel like some people are okay with posting things on social media, but then if you bring it up to them in person, they're like, wait, whoa, man, like.
Yeah,
and you're just like, calm down. You posted
like you're not even that interesting.
Exactly. Sorry, Prem, you wanted to say something earlier, ke?
I lost my train of thought.
You're talking about creating moments, creating memories.
Yeah. On that, like I said, I miss that the most. So like I spent a lot of time previously in the gym. Then exactly. After training, after class, that we always had like makan sessions, and then makan sessions leaded to late night studying sessions.
Good times.
Now I'm just at home all day, missing this kind of stuff.
I feel like this MCO definitely kind of opens your eyes to some of the things you might have taken for granted before. Like simple things like spending time with your friends, and like now you're like, shit, I should have like been more in the moment or something, or like stuff like that.
But that's the thing though, like I realized, like I took some time to think about it. Like when you're in the moment, you don't really know you're in the moment. You're just there.
Yeah, that's true.
You only realize you're in the moment once the moment ends.
That's true.
Damn.
Yeah.
When you're in the moment, you're just living it.
That's why it's called moments.
Yeah.
Momentarily.
Yeah.
That's why. I got a line from a movie. That's why they say the present is a gift.
Oh.
What movie is that from? I feel like I watched it.
You ready for the movie name?
What's the movie name?
Yeah.
Kung Fu Panda.
Panda.
I'm serious.
Kung Fu Panda is deep, though. But I mean, relatable, 100%. We like on that note of social media, on that note about how Prem is feeling, I feel like it's all interconnected. I think first MCO was like, okay, it's all new, we were adapting, and we were okay because we were coming up from, a good career year, and everybody was like, okay, we can still survive. But this second MCO, I think it hit a lot more people worse. I think we are a few of them, like Prem and I, I'm not sure about you because you still release a lot of stuff, right? But
I mean,
for us,
I think it's the same. Like
it's the same,
facing it now.
Yeah, we're all affected in some way or another, in some ways, in some, But we're not really complaining, but we're just saying like it's difficult for us to work now, man. It's honestly damn difficult. Like we want to go out and shoot like we have to think twice, thrice. We have to drop jobs, we have to drop gigs because it's not worth the risk. Sometimes we we charge a certain amount to a client, and then but if we go out and we can tangkap, then 1,000 ringgit fine, and then that's like probably 20-30% of the profit that's gone into the drain, for paying someone. So it's
pretty much.
Pretty much it.
I think we actually we set up our year this year pretty good.
Even 2020, honestly.
To the end of 2020, things were looking good, and we set up a pretty good 2021. I'm not sure if you know, but both Nick and I tested positive.
I know.
On 1st of January.
Yeah.
So because of that, both Nick and I had to be fully quarantined, and we had to drop a lot of stuff. Work, and then so we were really stressed about that, because January is not looking as good as we were supposed to be. And then, as expected, they announced the MCO.
The MCO, yeah.
So that kind of like already like a kicking while we're down,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like we had a way longer MCO. We were MCOing since 1st of January, But like what Prem said, it's honestly like, it was just like fire on fire, because we had to quarantine, which was to be safe for everybody else, And then on top of that, when they announced MCO, that's when Prem and I started freaking out, we were like shit, bro, like how is this? Because we completely did not start our year at all. We didn't kickstart the year at all, because until we started doing Unique Hangouts. So Unique Hangout, you don't know, it's actually Andrea's idea. So Andrea was like, hey, we've been going through a month without doing anything. And Andrea was like, let's start something. Because Prem and I, we were pretty down about it. We were, to be honest, like we were having, we had fun doing shoots and all that in December. But we were damn down and we had to quarantine. We were like, okay, fine. We be responsible, we stay home. But then now we're okay. KKM's approved us. We're good to go. We're good to be back out. But then it's MCO. So MCO, and then it's just another kick in the butt for us. And we're like, hey, sorry, we can curse on this show. So we're like
kick in the butt. Anyways,
So it's tough, but we're just hoping to pull through. Hopefully we'll be able to go back out. Yeah, man. But still all love. We're still having fun. Still, I always believe this. I just always believe this, that if no matter how tough things are, there's always going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. So, So there's always gonna be a solution to everything. So like even for us, even quarantine seemed like a really, really terrible thing for us. It was a terrible thing for us. It still is a terrible thing for us with MCO and everything. But I think in some way, Prem and I, we also agreed that we finally got some time off, man. Like, it was kind of like we were just back to back. We were like, okay, we're dealing clients. Since the quarantine until this MCO, I felt like we had some time off to really reflect on like ourselves. We gotta play some games, we gotta watch some movies, some things that we don't really get to do throughout the year, from time to time.
It's kind of like a bittersweet moment.
It was a bittersweet moment.
We didn't get to work, we don't get around our business. But we're spending a lot more time with ourselves. Get our thoughts and stuff like that.
Okay. Can we talk about the industry right now, like your industry?
The
creative industry. There's this one guy. I'm trying to find his name. He's part of the events industry, and then he's
the Livescape guy.
Is it the guy that's like going to the night markets now, and he's like protesting?
Peacefully
protesting them.
Yeah, exactly. And he's making really valid points. If you have pasar malams, which I feel there's a difference between that and grocery stores, because grocery stores, you macam already have things in place, and there's always that specific amount of people who are handling the goods. Stores is like macam contained. When it comes to pasar malam, you don't have a background check of how these people jaga their stuff. You don't know where they're coming from, farm semua. they kumpul at one place, and then the situation pun macam tak sama. You know, that's why I understand why people don't get it. But I don't think they are mad about Pasar Malam of opening. I feel like I understand the.
I think his name is Iqbal or Iqmal or something like that.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so I understand the situation of them wanting. Yeah, that's what Iqbal Amir. So I know that people want to jalankan the Pasar Malam. So I think Pasar Malam jalan is no problem. The problem is why are other similar situations not allowed, like events?
Yeah, exactly.
Or like shoots. Shoots have less people and you boleh jarak-jarak, you know.
Yeah.
You have a camera jauh sini and you have one more person.
Yeah. And when we talk about shoots, we are talking about departmentalizing the people, you know, because each people in a crew has their own certain job and they only touch one certain gear at that point, you know. And if you have clients on the shoot, clients are sitting on their own. Either ways, it's just that, of course, there was already compartmentalized departments back then, even during the shoots already. You know, so there was sort of a social distancing in some way, but now because it's COVID thing, you know for sure it's going to be stricter. And I honestly we might get some haters from this video, but I support what Iqbal is doing. Honestly, I feel like
I support what he does too.
He makes valid points, man, because I feel like in a Pasar Malam setting, I understand the government's initiative. They are looking out for, you know, these vendors. They are looking out for these guys for their economy's sake, so that this Pasar Malam vendors can still make a living. Awesome, honestly, awesome initiative. But like the same setting, like events and all that, we can do it in similar. And honestly, less people touches less things, because like with Pasar Malam, you have to go through the supplier, you have to go through the middle guy, and then the product goes through so many levels to get to the Pasar Malam. So you never know where, you know, these things are coming from or where these viruses are going to happen. But in terms of events, you only have one supplier that brings the thing directly to your event. You know, so you can obviously backtrack whatever that you need to. Because we used to do events. Prem and I, we used to do events back then as well.
Yeah.
And I think there's also a real possibility of like strengthening SOP because when you do events are all pre-planned before. Pasar Malam is not pre-planned before. Pasar Malam is like, hey, today we open today. You know, we open shop here. But like with events, you have good planning. The event will go as planned. Always, you know.
We're not against Pasar Malam. I think Pasar Malam can. It's just that events also can. Did you guys see that concert that Faris Jabbar did in Singapore?
No, I didn't see it though.
Essentially, I think it's brilliant. I mean, it's a different feel than what we have the normal concert going, but it's a step up because it's like having seated seats in a theater. It's like going to budaya, you know, because similar like how we had procedures in cinemas, you can guarantee people are gonna be a meter apart because you can measure the seats. You know? And I just thought like there's nothing wrong with it. You have people come together, you have them keluar masuk in a jarak, and you have the people performing on stage. Everyone just keeps their masks on. So procedures are very much possible. It's just that they are not the most sought out or most realized industry at this moment.
100%, man. And like I think we have, honestly, I think with Malaysia, we are a very creative country, and we have so many places that would enable us to do this kind of events in a social system. Like you say, like Istana Budaya, we have so many theaters around here that we could even convert them into like live shows. Like cinemas, for example, like honestly, you think about it, right? If you want to do a music event, and cinemas not allowed to open now, right? But let's just say if you take a music event and then you collaborate with these like cinemas, you can turn a cinema into a live stage with
that's
SOP.
so brilliant. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know. So I mean, okay, you want to be strict, you want to, you know, decline the curb, understandable, but don't like deprive the industry, don't deprive the entire industry.
So Asyraf, if you were to do a live a live show in the future, who, if you could choose one artist to open for you, anyone in the world, who would it be?
Anyone in
And
the
why?
world.
Anyone in the world. Who would it
You
be and why?
know
Yeah,
it is already.
I know, is it
we
lah?
know who.
The
I don't
background
know.
says it lah.
If I could choose without thinking of restriction of budget, whatever the hell, it's definitely going to be Chance the Rapper. Yo, come on.
Hey, imagine that Chance the Rapper
Yeah.
opening Asyraf Nasir.
That's awesome.
I would want to open for him though. I think that would be a great honor. Is because I am first and foremost a fan of him. So it would be crazy if he could open for me. But if it was a big concert, I want to be the one who is opening up because, like, it's like, when you have the Godfather there and you opening for them is already like such a big blessing. And you want to be there for his concert. I want to be there for his concert.
We'll send the video to him, Asyraf Noise.
Tag, we'll tag Chance.
Tag Chance.
Okay, last question before we close. What can we expect from you next, man?
My first album.
Ooh, you heard it here, guys. An album is coming.
Yeah.
What can we expect from the album?
What can we expect? I think what you can expect is Asyraf Nasir exploring a lot of different sounds. The whole concept and everything is something that we are putting the pieces together, but the songs are all pretty much done. And what I want to present, because this is going to be my first like album / EP ever, and as an introduction, I want to show the different styles that I could do. So every song in this album is gonna be a different vibe. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I think I might have heard a snippet, but yeah, it's gonna be great, guys. Just stay tuned. It's gonna be a banger. Just a super like random question. Like, when do you think we can roughly expect this album to be out?
I want it to be mid-year, but if I'm being honest, we have to see the situation of the year right now. So I hope by this year, end of the year, max.
Okay. All right, awesome.
2021, that's something to look forward to. But till then, wait for the next single lah.
100%. Yeah. All right, guys. So there you heard it. Just stay tuned. Just go check out Asyraf Nasir. Follow him on Instagram. For more updates, maybe you finally figure out when his album's gonna release. So yeah, just check him out. His Instagram link, his social media links are all below. We'll pop it up on the screen here as well later. Oh, you're so near. Anyways, yes.
No, don't have.
Stay tuned. And yeah, thank you so much, Asyraf, for joining us today. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the episode. It was such an insightful conversation with Asyraf. We talked about music, we talked about the event industry, we talked about the creative genre and whole and how we're all struggling during this MCO period. But we only hope for the best. That's right? So yeah, stay tuned for the next episode. We're going to have more interesting guests coming on and talk about their industry. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And Andrea, take it away.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Unique Media on Instagram and Facebook.
Exactly. So yeah, follow us on all our socials, and we want to stay connected with you guys, and maybe have you guys on the show next time as well. We never know, right? So thank you. Drop us a DM
if you've seen this episode or if you've seen the other episodes. Give us some creative feedback. Don't say anything mean, because mean is not nice.
That is right. Okay, guys, thank you so much. So we hope to see you in the next episode. And till then, stay safe, take care, and peace out.